Yeris, Honyo and her children have been sleeping on hammocks under this tree since fleeing their village a week ago. Part of the Wiwa indigenous community, they live in the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta mountain range in northern Colombia. But they were forcibly displaced when they were caught in the crossfire of warring paramilitary groups fighting for control of a key corridor for cocaine trafficking and other illegal activities.
We had no other option but to come here because these two groups are fighting for control of our territory. My kids were screaming in fear, hearing the shots, explosions and bombs.
They were among the hundreds that fled in the middle of the night, leaving everything behind and finding shelter in the city of Riohacha. It's not the first time the community has experienced this violence. 22 years ago, at least 50 people were killed by paramilitaries, among them Yeri's father.
We lived with the hope that those times were gone, but unfortunately the pain and sadness is back, and again we abandoned our animals and our crops.
The village indigenous authorities said they believed President Gustavo Petro's government plans of starting peace talks with all armed groups would have ended the violence.
We heard a lot about total peace plans in the press, and we wish it would work, but the reality for us has been the opposite.
A United Nations report published last week confirmed that despite government efforts, illegal armed groups have expanded their control over Colombia's territory in 2023, an almost 15% increase in the number of towns and villages affected by violence similar to the one this community is facing.
The local UN refugee office says they fear the changing conflict means the confrontations will continue and overwhelmingly affect indigenous populations.
Displacement has a disproportionate impact on ethnic indigenous groups because their territory defines their physical cultural identity. We're concerned that there isn't an effective response to mitigate these risks for the population. Institutional capacities are limited in the face of what could become a major emergency.
Back at the shelter, Yeris is sharing a meager meal with her family, not knowing when and if they will be able to return home, or for how long they will receive assistance. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Riohacha.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.